We are in the Key Demos Rest and Review, and I am Zero the Hero, and he is,
Not Super Mario. Happy
and
Sunday,
we're
everyone.
and we're reviewing Back for the
NWA.
Attack.
Yes, it's finally back.
Big smiles, because
Yes, we've been
yes, it's
waiting
finally
for
back.
this for almost a year now for NWA to come back. I think
About a year, yeah.
about a year.
So just quick takes. Let me see. Good main events. The women's match was kind of, it didn't live up to
Wait,
expectations,
the
and
women's match didn't live up to expectations?
not for me, but we'll
Yeah,
discuss that anyways.
you're very picky
Uh,
about
okay,
women's matches.
and the first couple matches, didn't really click for us, but for the most part, solid pay-per-view. Nice touch, to dedicate the whole show to the Mongrovian karate master Josephus. So
Very
that was,
emotional.
yeah.
But,
So, do you want to go first, or?
so let's get right to it. Well, you go first because you paid more attention to the first two matches than I did.
All right.
I just know
So,
about Slice Boogie winning, but I don't know what that was about.
yeah. So, first match, we see Clearwater, who's a rookie. I think he's a rookie. Well, I'll get into that. Clearwater, Slice Boogie, Crimson, and Jack Stain. I don't know any of these guys. I have seen Crimson. I've seen Crimson on the,
Yeah.
when they brought back NWA at a different building. I did see
Oh, okay,
Crimson.
yeah. There we
Yeah,
go.
he was good.
That's what
He's
it's on.
good. He's good. But for the most part, Clearwater was very green. Clearly, he was the one that his punches did not connect, his kicks did not connect. Every time, like, he's in a fatal four-way, everyone gets their shine. Clearwater didn't look smooth. He just looked out of place. Slice Boogie, I can see. Okay, so I don't know. I didn't see much of him, so I can't say much. Jack Stain to me seemed impressive. Physically, he looks like a beast. The problem was he was working with the other green guys, so the offense did not look good.
Was that the one that? Well, to me, it kind of reminded me of Lance Archer. I think there was one guy that looked like Lance Archer in there.
Jack Stain, the guy in the green.
I think so.
Well, either way,
Yeah, either way.
when he did work with Crimson, it looked good, because obviously Crimson was the star here. Here's the one, he shined. He took over the whole thing. Surprised he didn't pick up the win. Yeah. So, what's your thoughts?
Like I said, I didn't catch much of this because everybody was. Well, the whole match was pretty green, like you said to me. So I was like, well, I'll wait for the next one, which was even worse. But I'll let you talk about that one because I know you must have enjoyed that one.
Well, first let me talk about Slice Boogie. I don't know the guy. I don't know if he can promo, but he picked up the win. So the way I see it is like this: NWA has lost a bunch of their roster.
Yeah.
So I don't know where Zicky Dice is either. He's like a lower middle card guy. A bunch of these guys. About Homicide, I don't know where he's at. So I'm assuming they're gonna make Slice Boogie a heel, because he seemed to me like a heel, and he picked up the win at the end. So I'm assuming he can promo. He is an NWA. So hopefully, even though he is green, if he can promo, that's fine. They'll try and carry him. Clearwater, apparently he was brought back because the fans wanted him there. Like I said, I wasn't a fan of it, of him. Crimson obviously was really damn good. I'm glad he signed. This guy, he should be for sure next middle card champ. And Jack Stain, like I said, he looked impressive when he was with experienced talent, but aside from that, not much. But
No, that was a decent. Not a good. Actually, I was
it
gonna say
wasn't a good
decent.
opening match. It
I was,
was,
yeah, it couldn't get me going.
yeah.
But
Next match between the Funkadactyls
Tyrus, right?
manager or I don't know who he was in
Yeah,
that.
that match, Tyrus, man, you could see the ring rust on him, and I thought he might have was gonna pass out a couple of times because man, he was breathing heavy. It was
Yeah.
just
So,
it was just one of those matches where I can get into either because yeah, just the way he was in the ring. So you tear it down for me.
well, apparently Kratos is one half of the NWA World Tag Team Championships belts. I haven't. Okay, so I know that James Storm and Eli Drake, LA Knights, as he is now known, they had to drop the titles. So I don't know if that was when they came back temporarily. I haven't seen this tag team, but he looks physically imposing. He looks like a beast. But like you said,
Wait,
Tyrus had
Tyrus?
no, Kratos.
Oh, I was like
Tyrus had a lot
Tyrus.
of ring.
Yeah.
Tyrus had a lot of ring rust, so I'm assuming that came into play because you can tell he was trying his best to not wrestle. So he kept going towards a hard cam. He kept going towards a hard cam, just like doing his thing, and so it was. Don't
Yeah.
mind that. Yeah. So for the most part, you know what? I was talking to a commenter saying he likes big men to wrestle because it's very rare. I'm not a big fan of big men matches. I haven't really seen a lot of good ones. This one, I thought, honestly, you may have not liked it. I thought it was okay, just because I like the fact that Tyrus he's huge, he's tall.
Well,
You don't see a lot of
yeah, it's not that I didn't like it. It's just his ring rust was just showing way too much for me to
yeah.
get into the match. So
So hopefully, as he
yeah, he'll get
progresses,
yeah. As he progresses, he'll get better and back in
yeah,
the in decent shape. Hopefully.
I'm happy to see him be a heel, because in WWE he was, don't get me wrong, he was entertaining and getting funky and dancing and everything. But it's great to see him be a heel because he has the natural charisma. You can tell he loves being a heel, so it seems like it's more natural role. So I was happy to see him thrive, and I'm glad he got signed and he has a second chance. So happy to see him back. And the
Yeah.
next one,
Pope versus Tom Latimer. I was a big fan of this match. I don't know about you. Uh, was it seemed like a classic wrestling match to me for some reason, but the only part I didn't like was that it ended in a draw. But hopefully, this just makes the feud keep going. Uh, I do like how Latimer didn't want to shake his hand at the end,
yep.
so hopefully, yeah, like I said, that's what keeps this feud going because I wanted to see more. When the time was up, I was like, please reset the time. I want this match to keep going.
So the original rules are apparently 6 minutes five, yeah, 6 minutes 5 seconds. But because of the pay-per-view, they extended to 10 minutes
Mm.
5 seconds, so an extra 4 minutes. I thought, okay, these two guys are clearly being pushed in NWA. They can't make somebody lose unless somebody interferes. So I thought, to me, it makes sense for the draw. It would look bad if either of them lost. I like that. You weren't a fan of the finish. I was, because now it's like,
Oh
okay, they
yeah,
had a
you got to
this
protect
was
them.
it was the appetizer. They had a
Yeah.
damn good match. So like, imagine when they for sure have 20 minutes, they're gonna tear down the house.
Well, I don't like
So
appetizers. I like full course meals. So, but I also like that Pope was not happy though about not picking up the win too. I like that. How he
yeah,
was upset
yeah.
over a draw. That's how I felt too. But yeah, I can't wait to see more of these two guys.
It seemed like to me like he didn't want to take the belt. He's
Yeah,
like
like
I
I
don't
didn't
want
earn.
this
Yeah,
win this way. Yeah.
but
And what else I gotta say about that? So my girlfriend, she's not into wrestling, but she by her own volition, she wanted to watch this pay-per-view. So a little side note, I was debating with an AEW fan. He was saying that anybody can throw a punch,
nope.
that it takes more skill to have a hardcore match. So this is what AEW fans, or just modern fans in general, need to understand. My girlfriend liked that match. She liked the story behind it because clearly Pope is a smaller guy. Latimer is a beast. He was dominating Pope. She was thinking, her quote was, "How is Pope gonna win?" That is storytelling during the match. This is how you get viewers, not just by see. Okay, so she said this, compared to the first match, she didn't like Clearwater because he was very green. In this match, all the strikes, all the punches, everything looked legit. Everything looked like it had like it connected, it was snug, it just worked. So she liked the match. It was, I think for the most part, her favorite match. So that's what this is why I love NWA. It's pro wrestling, man. It all makes sense. Everything is just classic.
Well,
So
I also like the time limit right there too, the 10 minutes, and the more it goes down, the more I was on the edge of my seat. Like, come on,
yes,
like let's finish. So like, who's gonna get the pin? Like when you
yeah,
can clearly see like they're running out of time, and that's just great stuff right there.
yep.
So
Next match.
that was the women's match, which you were not a big fan of for some reason.
Oh,
Was that
I'll
the
go first. I'll go first. Okay.
oh okay.
You want to go first?
Give it to these ladies. I'll let you do whatever you want to do.
All right. You know what? Yeah. Fuck. All right. Fine. Fine. I'll go first. Okay.
All right.
Clearly, in this whole match, it was Rosa calling the whole match, and that bothered me. There was one point where Camille was up against the ropes. Rosa was telling her, because they're women, they have long hair, they can hide it a lot easier. So every time they're against the hard camera, so like this, they're talking over each other the next move. They can't do it when they're facing the camera. So the problem was, the one part that really took me out of it was when Camille was up against the ropes. Rosa had her hair down, talking to her. They had a miscommunication. Literally, like less than 5 seconds later, they go back up against the ropes, and Camille is talking to Rosa. I was like, Camille is very green. She has the look. She has the potential to be like a Hollywood actress. She has a look. She's physically imposing. It was weird to hear her talk, by the way. Trash talking,
It's
but
always
it
the
was,
little things that ruin a match for you.
yeah. I'm very critical, but Rosa, she did this the right way. When someone's taller than you bring them down to your size. So she attacked her in the legs. She made sure she stayed down. So the moment you see Camille come up, that's when Camille takes over. So it's basic psychology. I did. You can't hate on Thunder Rosa. This was all Camille. So I hate to say it was Camille's fault, but it was Camille's fault. But
Ah,
well, go ahead, because I
well,
know how much you
well,
like Camille.
uh, allegedly, but I thought it was a good match. So I'm not gonna let the little things destroy for me. I like how Camille was, I guess, presented in this match like a powerhouse,
True,
like
true.
so strong. And I just didn't like that she got a little cocky at certain points. Like, come
Yeah,
on, you could have pinned her already.
too much on the hard camera.
Yeah. And I thought maybe that would cost her the match, but no, she eventually picked up the win, and which makes me think maybe Thunder Rosa's leaving NWA. Because, well, even before this, you could tell Camille was being built to be their next big star in the women's division, but still, this made me think like maybe Thunder Rosa's gonna be leaving soon, which I hope doesn't happen.
Well, it's obvious to me because I've seen her interview with Chris Van Vliet, and she said her goal is to be like a big star. She wants people. Her goal is this. So her goal is when they go to a wrestling show, they don't want to see the men. They came to see Thunder Rosa. Which platform has the best chance?
WWE.
Obviously, but I mean AEW or NWA, because right now she's with
I still
AEW
have
as
to go
well.
with WWE.
Of course, that's not the point.
Yes, it is. That's the best platform for her to make a name for herself.
See, but the
To get
bad
out
thing
there.
is, don't get me wrong, it is the best platform, but the problem is, look at her height. Do you
Oh,
think they'll? Do you honestly think they'll treat her the same way AEW does or NWA?
no.
Exactly. Despite the
But
fact she can promo, but I mean, she would have good wrestling matches in NXT because those women are hands down the best women's roster so far. But I don't see them using her correctly. I see them
yeah, that's
burning.
true. I just
So
like her to go with her because there'll be so many good matches for her. I feel
yeah.
like she's already done everything she basically
Oh,
can in AEW.
almost forgot. She's into MMA. So she likes doing that on the side. So clearly that rules out WWE.
Yeah, that's another reason. Yeah, because and
So
she
it,
also has her own merch going on the sides, which you can't do in WWE. So,
yep. So it has to
but
be
we'll see.
AEW. Has to be AEW.
No, I'm hoping to stay with
Eh,
NWA. I'm hoping NWA.
I'm hoping NWA catches her out. I'm hoping NWA gets bigger so that way she'll get the recognition she does deserve. She is really talented. And but yeah, for the most part, I believe they made her lose for that reason. I think they kind of know she's gonna leave. So because look, Serena Deeb is NWA champion, right? So it makes sense if they're gonna push Thunder Rosa, they're gonna have okay. Right now, currently, she's their most over women wrestler. Camille is not known among AEW fans. They don't watch NWA. Thunder Rosa right now has been on TV. So it makes more sense for her to push Rosa against Deep, right? But they're not doing that. So what does that say?
We've already seen that match so many times too. So
True, but then again, okay, so Camille goes up against Serena Deeb. It's not going to be in an AEW ring. They're not
You
going to
don't think
have.
so? That's what I was gonna ask you next. Do you think this match happens on AEW?
Nope.
No,
But
gonna happen on Power.
you know what? I will say this. Imagine Camille beats Serena Deeb, right? Then they actually start using her in AEW, and then she goes up against Jade.
That
Too tall.
that actually would be a good
It,
match.
it would, but the problem is they're both heels. But physically, they're like they're Hollywood typicals that
I could see
they
that match starting off with just 10 minutes of posing.
yeah.
So,
Oh yeah,
uh,
but with that said, I could see them having a very choreographed match, move for move. But but that's just fantasy booking. But right now, I definitely see Rosa leaving. So I see
and
Camille.
and you
You
think
know,
the NWA women's belt gets defended on Power?
it makes sense because look, I'm pretty sure they struck a deal where Billy Corgan said, "Look, I'll let you use Thunder Rosa because your women's division sucks, and I'll let you use our title to elevate your talent." But in the end, I mean, I don't see Tony Khan, as much as he says he loves the old style wrestling, he never wanted to sign Nick Aldis. Well, he did, but he said, look, I don't want you to work for NWA anymore. He doesn't want to help
Which makes no
NWA.
sense because that's the whole point of being in AEW because you can work in other promotions.
Exactly. So he doesn't want to help NWA.
But I just want to see where the belt gets defended because Serena D she may be NWA Women's Champ, but she's signed to AEW.
Yeah.
So
And no shade at Thunder Rosa, but I can definitely see Serena Deeb giving Camille a better match. Right?
yeah, it would. Yeah, I can see that one.
But that's it. Any last thoughts on that? Because
We went way over on the ladies, and
yeah.
even though you don't like them, but well,
Hey,
the
I
the
like
matches, the women wrestlers. That's what he.
I like women's wrestling if done right, but it's like when you see so many bad women's wrestling matches, you kind of don't have the expectation of a good one, and that's what bothers me. So it's like you don't look forward to it, and that's my whole big deal about that. But anyways,
The next match was Trevor Murdoch and Chris Adonis.
Chris Adonis,
Okay, I was still gonna call him a masterpiece.
whatever.
He was okay. Throw in your quick side note about Trevor Murdoch here.
All
I
right,
know I know there's
so
something you want to get off your chest.
my girlfriend was watching this match. Well, first off, they had a promo. Oh wait, do you want to bring up what's her name, May as an interviewer?
Well, I forgot her name, but
Oh, well,
what are
okay,
we gonna
well,
say about her?
so she was interviewing. Was she interviewing Trevor Murdoch?
Yeah, she was.
Okay, so my girlfriend said because she never saw him in his little small spandex and his in the big gut. She said, you know what? If he was younger and not so fat, he would be good looking. So he comes out to the ring. She's like, oh, never mind. So she completely buries the guy. And here comes Chris Adonis with his pecs and everything. The problem with his pecs is when you do steroids, they kind of give you a lower breast. Like it doesn't look natural. So he has some pretty big boobs. Trevor Murdoch has no chest. So I said, oh wait.
Surprising.
So I said, wait, he doesn't have a chest. And then my girlfriend said, he has boobs just like you, no boobs. I was like, shots. But yeah, so with that said, she wasn't impressed with his look because he was so white, he was overweight. But I told her, look, don't judge the guy, he can wrestle.
Man, that he
So
did in this match.
yep,
Him and Adonis, right? They
yes,
put on a very good match. I do love the was hoping, which actually happened. I loved what Chris Adonis did at the end. Shook his hand. Wait, did he shake his hand or bump?
he got heat.
Yeah, but I
He
just I just
attacked
love
him.
after,
He
yeah, how he attacked
go
him
nuts
after.
and
I
yep,
love that and how he put him in
yep,
the master lock. That was
yep,
the highlight of, but the whole match too was great. But I just love that ending. Hopefully we see more of this guy. I hope he's
yeah.
signed to NWA. But I just love that ending. The whole match too was good. So I hope your girlfriend appreciates Murdoch more now. Like,
I had
don't
asked
judge the
her,
book. Don't judge the book by its cover. The
yeah,
guy can put on a match.
I had asked her, what's your opinion of him now? He can move, right? And she said, yeah. So she couldn't really say much. Despite his look, yeah. So he can move. And my quick take says that was just a typical old school wrestling match. And
Yeah,
I love this. So it's just simple headlocks and everything. And it worked. I was surprised to not see Adonis get more offense in. Murder completely
yeah.
dominated him. So
It
I
was
was
looking
really
like a
surprised to
squash
see
match
that.
at first. Yeah.
Yeah, so as you said, nice touch at the end. He got heats on him as a heel. So I was I was happy to see that.
I
Um
love the little bit of fans that are in there because they that little bit makes a huge difference in a place that small because
Big difference.
you can still hear like when Adonis was standing over Murdoch, like you still suck or you still like it's awesome. Like those fans, those NWA fans in that
Yeah.
little place can make that those matches way better.
If I was there, I would be making so much damn noise till like my voice went out. But yeah, that's it. It was a good match. I'm curious to see where Adonis goes from here because I was at this point he's a heel, so I'm assuming they'll have a rivalry, and then Adonis eventually takes the title. Because dude, this guy's he looks good. He knows how to work. So I'm assuming he'll eventually take the title from Trevor Murdoch. As much as Murdoch is one of my favorites, it's I could see that happening.
And finally, we get down to the main event, that emotional main event, because you
Yes.
saw the interview right before the match
Yeah.
with Stevens, and that already got kind of got me going right there.
Yep.
You knew he wasn't gonna win, but this was a great match. You didn't hype it up much for me. You,
No. Okay. That was a miscommunication. I had asked them, don't get your hopes up for the Camille match. At least I thought I had said that, but apparently,
let me see.
you know,
Well, you said something about this match, but I didn't. Maybe that's why this match was really good for me because I had low expectations
expectations.
going in, and the match just delivered for me on everything, just like including the commentary. What was that guy's name again?
Austin Idol.
Yes, I love how he was calling the old school moves. Just his commentary made the match even better.
His promo.
Yes,
His promo was good. Like he was doing his shtick where he's like kind of like cocky, but then he got really serious and he started to talk low and he made you engage with him. That's how he talked. And I was like, oh, this is how you promo. These guys lived on promos. If they couldn't promo, they got no money. So I was impressed with that pre-match promo. So that's all I gotta say about that. But
but
yeah,
and yeah, the whole match was great. I love the wrestling, the psychology in the ring. It was just a great match. Thanks for not hyping it up for me. Uh well, we all knew clearly Stevens wasn't going to win, but I was just not expecting him to put on that kind of a match.
exactly.
And that ending was pretty emotional when he was just looking at the question marks mask. That kind of got to me, or maybe there was just a little dust in here.
It's
But
spring season
yeah,
allergies.
it's spring. Yeah, it's spring, so I'll blame it on spring
Flowers, the
for the
tulips,
watery. The
roses.
it must be, yeah. My allergies were going at the end of that match, but it was just a great match. So, your thoughts?
I okay. This exceeded my expectations. I knew they were gonna have a long match, but I didn't think Damian Sandow. Oh, sorry.
Aaron Stevens.
Aaron. It's just the whole. It's like he said. He's always been entertaining. He said so himself. He kind of broke kayfabe, but he said, "Look, I'm gonna be serious. I was trained by Killer Kowalski. I can do this." And he lived up to it. I didn't think he could wrestle that
Yeah, me
well.
neither. Maybe that's why like this match was, yeah, because I've always seen him as Sandow or Miz's stunt double,
Yeah.
or I think he might have even played Magneto once.
No, he was also Randy Savage.
Yes, he was all these characters, and I never took him seriously, but not
He-
like in a bad way, but just that was basically his job, and he was good at it.
I
So
don't
I didn't
know.
know.
I don't
Yeah, I
know
didn't know
if
he
you heard
could
it
put on this kind of match.
in the promo. He even buried WWE. He said, "I was given like stupid things, and I still made it gold." I was like, "Damn!" So
Yes,
he
and
did
that's what
his
I like
job.
about when they say like, oh, Vince buries them by giving them this crap gimmick, but it's also up to them to make it work, turn it into gold, like just
Exactly.
like what he did.
So you have to really live your gimmick, go all in 100%. And that's what he did. That's how he got over it. Eventually, he said, nah, screw this. Like, you're not taking me seriously. And that's why he left. He had some self respect. And now he's in NWA and he had a hell of a match. This is how you present an ex-WWE talent, not how they're doing Miro. No offense to AEW.
Yeah,
Offense to AEW. I don't care.
we still gotta take shots at AEW when we're trying to focus
it's
on
just it's just too
NWA.
easy. It's just too easy. But anyways,
You know,
uh,
lay off AEW for tonight. We're talking about NWA.
the match was so good. I had to see it a second time just to like really like because the first time I saw it and like I said, I didn't expect Stevens to be so damn good. I saw it a second time. I was like, dude, this is a damn good match.
Yeah,
So all this obviously being the cocky heel he is, saying like match is over or like
yeah.
you
I
did
like how they
good.
told him you had a good run, but it's over.
Yeah. Or like in the beginning he said like it's not what you think, boy. This is like the big time or like something like that. And like Sando was like, I mean Sando Stevens was like, you can't win from up against the ring, just like like jabs, like with each other. So
But I like that about all this. Like he's the champ. He should be cocky like that.
yeah, so he's cocky and I like him, but at the same time, I kind of hate him because
What?
because he's like Cody. He gets too cocky sometimes. Where it's like, okay, like I know you're good, but don't overdo it. So but hey, it works. It works. He's a champ. Great match. The post match promo. I mean, segments. Even the fans, the few fans that were there, made it special because at one point when they had the Mongolian flag, it was quiet, but then the fans started saying question mark, and so it kind of gave that little
Yeah.
dedication towards them, and then all this was like, good job guys, and overall
Great show.
great
Great
match,
ending.
great
Great
match.
ending. And just sucks that spring finally kicked in at the end for me. Like where I
Yeah.
got my eyes and but oh man, I'm so glad NWA is back. And like I said, thank you for not hyping that match up for me.
Breath of fresh air, man. This and
Yeah.
Ring of Honor and NXT UK, 7 Wrestling, and MOW sometimes.
And
But
if I were to give that match stars, I would probably give it 10 out of
well,
10.
apparently Meltzer is now using 5 stars as his 4 stars. So I heard, according to the women's match. But out of 5 stars, I give it honestly a perfect 5, just because everything was perfect. Everything was perfect. Even the finish. The finish we had no interference. It made nobody look weak. It was a roll up pin, the same way Jungle Boy and Dax finished their match. It was like a pin that kind of like altered itself. So it was honestly a perfect match. So there's no complaints. It was to me, I gave it a 5 because obviously the story was about question mark. So there's honestly no complaints about this, man. It's a
Yeah.
great match.
Yeah, great show. And the fans, the little bit of fans that were there made a huge difference.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All I gotta say is I'm hyped up for Powerrr now.
Me
I'm
too.
curious to see who's gonna be the heel, who will step up, because obviously
Who's gonna
LA
be
Knight. Huh?
who's gonna be all this is next challenger?
That's a good question.
Oh,
Crimson?
mm,
They'll probably make him middle card champion and go to, I don't know. That should be
yeah,
interesting.
yeah, we'll see.
Who knows? Marty Skrull might come back, and despite the
I
fact that
doubt he'll come back.
I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah,
Honestly, at this point, NWA kind of needs some people.
they need to get some more talent.
Flip Gordon. Flip Gordon just came back in Ring of Honor. It could be him. They are working with Ring of Honor. It could be Jay Lethal.
Yeah,
That would be great.
that would be a very good match.
Yeah, Cody.
Cody again. Yeah, I mean, I could see
Yeah,
that.
I guess before his baby gets born. I don't know. Maybe.
Yeah.
Either way, yeah.
A great night of wrestling.
Wrestling,
And
not
uh,
flipping.
um,
Wrestling.
I'm excited for Tuesdays now. I might be calling off work now on Tuesdays. So
Oh yeah.
can't wait to watch Powerrr.
Yes. And then there'll be a little surprise on Tuesday about
Oh,
the power review.
oh,
But any
I'm
last
excited to
closing
see it
thoughts?
now. No, just still still excited about what I saw tonight. So I'll just close off in a good mood.
We're happy. We're
Yes.
happy. This is this is wrestling. This is a true alternative we wanted. No
Not
offense to AEW
or the one in the background.
or the one in the back.
but
Man.
but yeah.
But yeah, we are in the Key Demos Wrestling Review, and we'll catch you on the next one.
Have a good night, everyone.